Ding ding, Connect the Dots. Welcome to another edition of Connect the Dots, a podcast that will bring people to you from various walks of life. They talk to us about their business, whatever venture they are into, and at the end of the day, what we're trying to get out is to be able to build mindfulness, resilience, and be able to talk around mental health of people, especially in this trying time that everyone across the globe is going through one thing or the other. We're still battling with the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic up till now on our economy. So the point is trying to change a mindset and all of that. Today, we went all the way out to bring you someone that is very known on social media, especially Facebook, Instagram, and even Twitter, and someone in the banking sector. And aside banking and being very popular on social media, does empowerment. It's a foundation, Ameer Foundation, that empowers the young people, assist the underprivileged, and all of that. And we brought Ameer to you today. Dr. Ameer, let me not remove the doctor, we brought Dr. Ameer to you today because it's got a lot going on. And when it comes to empowering the young people, I think it takes the efforts from the young people to change the mindset. Because when young people see younger people like them trying to build something, it's easy to say, I'm going to emulate this person, or they're going to be my mentor, or something like that. Welcome to the podcast, Dr. Ameer.
Thank you for having me, Halima.
Yeah. So today we're going to be digging into where you started all of your journey from. And I know the social media thing is really paramount these days, and it's all about using your platform for the positive things.
Yes.
Where did you start all your journey from? The social media, starting a foundation, and even being a banker, because in this era, it's really, banking job is something that is really demanding.
Yes.
And then if you're not able to manage your time, it will be the only thing you will be doing. So
actually, a lot of people ask me this question, like, how do you do what you do, like, while working with a bank, knowing that bank is too demanding and you're able to do this and that and that. I said, actually, it's the passion. And I'm a kind of person that don't like sitting doing nothing. Like, every minute counts for me. So I always want to use all the available hours I have. I will make sure I use it to do one or two things that I'm passionate about. Talking about how we started, actually, the motivation has been my mother, actually.
Oh, wow.
I've learned from my mother. My mother is a kind of woman that it's everyday thing for her to help somebody. You always see, particularly children, coming to our house, young people, our friends, our neighbors come to our house to eat, to get one or two things or the other. So that has been the motivation for us to also emulate her. And aside from that, like you said, social media also help in building our passion. I have been following a lot of people that are doing something similar. If I know you are a humanitarian, I will follow you online. From there, I see what you do, how you do it,
and take a cue.
And then take a cue from there. And that's how I thought of, okay, there's one particular person, Muhammad Zayara, that inspired me. He was popular on social media, so he decided that he should use his platform to solicit for support for some vulnerable people that reach out to him individually to say, oh, we need this help. We don't have water in our community. We don't have mosques in our community. He will go to the community, document their voices, their challenges, and then bring it to his platform, showcase to the world that these are the challenges, in a very creative manner, telling you, okay, you know what it means to live in a community where there's even no water. You have to travel like a far distance to get water. And you know what it may cost to get them that water? No, people will be asking now, like, okay, just so dollar can do that. And that's what you eat pizza with, that's what you like.
Your daily spending.
Exactly, your daily spending, you don't see it as anything. So if it means if we can put that $1 or $5 or $100, it means we can provide water for so number of people, for so community. Before you know it, people started contributing, and he is building, particularly in Africa, is building
support system,
water project, mosques, schools, a lot of things within that shortest period of time. So I got inspiration from him, and I felt, okay, this is something we can replicate here. I started with the immediate Almajiris, then within our community, and I said, okay, let me see if I can. On my own, I got some donations from my mom and my own money. We bought some clothes, it was
during cold
season. Then some of them were working almost half naked, so we bought clothes for them. We donated and documented, and just like the way Muhammad Zara is doing, he will document it. I documented that cloth we gave out to them, and I posted it on my social media handles. And before you know, 1 or 2 people are asking, "Oh, how can we also support?" So I think from we started with like 20 clothes that we gave out. The second one we gave about 100.
Wow.
Yes,
that's a huge gap.
Exactly. The second one we gave about 100 because a lot of people saw that and contributed. We also do that with one lady like that as also. Mimi, we did that in Kaduna. I could remember then. She also said, okay, she wanted to do something like similar to what I'm doing. I said, okay, since I'm giving her clothes to this Almajiri, what do you think you can give? She said, I can give them shoes. I said, that's fine. Some of them are working even barefooted. So we should get them shoes and slippers for them to wear. Before we know it, we bought some and shared, and we shared the story online. And I think we started with like 100 slippers and shoes. We got donations from people. The next one was about 1,000.
Wow.
Yes.
From 100.
Yes, from 100 to about 1,000.
Wow.
Yes, and that's what kept driving us, because the support that people gave us. That's how we started, and before you know it, that gave birth to the Ameer Foundation, and we have done a lot of the little we can actually.
All right. So, registering a foundation in Nigeria is a lot of processes. And I know that you need board of trustees, you need lawyers, you need all of that. What was the process like for you with the registration? Because I knew people that started a registration and just abandoned on the way because they couldn't get all the necessary ingredients or elements that they need.
Actually, the beautiful thing about social media, like I said, one of my lecturers during the university days, Mala Umar Sani Bebeji, he was taking us on commercial law. Then he is a lawyer. So after he saw what I'm doing, and then I asked him, he said, oh, he saw it online and said, that's commendable. So what's your next plan? I said, I want to register, but I have no idea how am I going to go about it. So that's not a problem actually. The basic thing to do is to get this and that, and I will help you with the constitution, I will help you with this and that and that. Before I know it, he was able to give me some sample of previous work he has done for some organization. Some organization he registered in the past. He gave me a clue, and I picked it. Although he's not the one that registered the foundation for me, but he was the one that put me,
like, assist you with all the elements that you need.
My board members, he told me I need to get a board members, okay, and they should be this kind of people, okay, so that they can support the foundation. And I was able to get Malam Hafiz Saleh Hassan, it's regional manager of Jos Electricity Distribution Company now. He was able to be on the board and support us. And I was able to get one woman that I got a lot of support from her after sharing what we intend doing. We had a forum here in Abuja sometimes during Ramadan. I think that was 2016 or so. So she saw, okay, I shared the story of what we want to do. We want to feed Al-Majri, we want to feed people during Ramadan. So she said, oh, that's interesting. A young man like you trying to feed, you say you want to feed 1,000 people, how do you want to do that? I said, yeah, we usually do it this way and that. And I said, okay, if I give you like $200, will that help? I said, how to go along with. She gave us $200. And then we went to the market, bought everything. And I made sure I documented everything and sent to her. From the prices, I sent her a receipt of everything we bought. I sent her how we shared the food and everything. She was so impressed with $200. She was impressed, and she now recommended us to a lot of people that also supported the project then. And what else? Okay, I think that's how we got our board members. From there, we now thought of, okay, what else? We need to have our objectives, aim and objectives, because we can't be doing things randomly without
aimlessly.
Exactly, aimlessly. So we're able to put that down, and then we need to get a registered office. Okay, then we used my friend's house in Zaria, which his family also supports the foundation. Up to today, they are really supporting in fact, they have taken it upon themselves to be part of the foundation. They are always doing 1 or 2 projects, even if I'm not doing, they just go and do it on their own. So we use their own house as our office. Then we use it as the address of the foundation. We got that, and then we eventually registered the foundation. That was 2017.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool. In all of this, you were working. or you were studying?
No, I was studying actually. I started working in 2017. That's when the foundation was registered.
Okay.
Yes, I started working in 2017 with Jais Bank here in Abuja. So despite having my job role, I usually find time during my off days, weekend. I will go and do 1 or 2 projects. I will use like Saturday to organize. Though when I started working, I actually have to shift it some. It's not
some of your activities.
Some of the activities. It's
to
not.
weekends.
Yeah, it's weekend, and it's not weekly thing like I used to do. I shifted it to like after every 2 weeks we will do 1 or 2 activity. So we'll use the first week to plan on how we are going to do it. And since it's digital age now, everybody is almost all of our team are on social media. We discuss what we are going to do on WhatsApp group, and then make our plans, then execute the project the following week. So that's how we usually do up to today.
Oh wow! So before you started work was when you started the foundation without registration.
Yeah,
right?
I started the foundation without registration, and I was not working.
Oh, you started working, and you were able to balance between your work and going about the foundation activities.
Yes, I was able to. Since when I got, I was actually the one doing most of the job in the foundation when we started, but when I got job, I have to delegate a lot of the duties and the work, and we also partner with others. That makes it more easier for me. When I got to know a lot about it, I understand that partnership is even key to some of the things that you do. So we partner with some other organizations that want to do similar things with us. So we just tell them, okay, this is the project we intend doing. At times we don't even intend doing anything. It's some of the other organizations that will tell us, why don't we do this together, and then we come up with a plan. Particularly projects that are women-centric. So we did that with a lot of women organizations in some local communities here in Abuja and Kaduna as well.
Okay, would you say it's been challenging for you to manage your office activities and the foundation activities?
Yeah, it is actually. It is very challenging. You know, sometimes you may have a plan to go for something during the weekend, and then office will give you another assignment which you have to drop your own and go for that of office. And at times you may get to office very tired because you're coming from even you know, sometimes some of our roles are like you're doing a shift, so you may go in the afternoon to execute a project and then come into work in the night again. So you could get tired, but since it is something you're passionate about, you don't even bother. So you don't even bother about.
So I know every organization got code of conduct to say that you cannot engage in some certain activities because you're working with such organizations. Are there any of the code of conduct in your organization that goes against you doing anything outside your work?
No, I don't think there are, because I know it's not something that what I'm doing is charity. It's not like working for another organization again. So it's just more of a volunteering to give out my time and resources and the talent I have to support a good cause, which I think the bank also supports me on that. Yeah.
Oh, that's really great. So would you say it's been easy running the foundation than what you expected? You know, when you're running a foundation and a non-profit, there is the people's eye, like, oh, you get donations from a lot of people, they need your accountability. How are you spending the money people are giving you, the way you're executing the project that you're doing? Yeah, would you say that what you expected was what you are seeing, or are there challenges that you're facing?
Of course there are. First, like you said, people perception about what you do. People who mistake it, okay, you're collecting money from people, and then maybe it's that money that you are even living on, that kind of thinking. Not knowing that you have to use your own money, most of the times personal money, to ensure that it's something you're even passionate about. There's no how you use that money to your personal gain. You've been using your money to support that cause, so there's no point of using public's money. And at some point, I don't even collect money from public. I prefer, most of the times, I tell you what we want and you provide for us.
Okay.
If we are going to donate shoes, for example, I'll ask you, okay, we need like 20, if you can give us donation of shoes, 20, 50, whatever number of shoes you want to donate. If it is cloth, we'll do the same. We'll do cloth drive. We ask you, okay, if you have cloth that you don't wear or you have new ones, you can donate. So we just take items from people instead of cash. That is easier to say. And even at that, we try to be transparent as much as possible. All the items we collected from you, we make sure we show you the evidences, videos, and pictures of the beneficiaries. You see them. Some will even wear it before, like the ones we went to IDP camps recently. We donated some clothes. There's one hijab, like that, one small hijab. A small baby took it and she wore it immediately, and she came out to show us how she was happy wearing there, how it looks, how she was happy with the hijab. So we snapped that, we did a video, snapped that picture and sent it to the donor. After I saw it, I said, oh God, this hijab that we don't even use it. I think we have more, we can even sew more for her. What's the name of the baby? Okay, how can we reach out? I said, no problem, whenever you want to reach out to them, just let us know. And they took so many items and clothes to them after that. So we try to show who are our beneficiaries, so that you don't think, exactly, we are the one using that donation or the items you are given to us. So we prefer people donating items. If there's a program that is like a sensitization program, we ask you to, we need hall, we need food, we need sound system. Okay, which one are you providing for us? Okay, I will provide food. Okay, I will rent the hall for you, or I can contribute so to the hall. Okay, send it to them. Thank you for this. So that's how we got people to donate to us. And then most of the donations come from the cycle of people, I think, that trust us, especially those that see what we do. Sometimes even when I report to people, they'll be like, no, you don't have to do this. Actually, true, you don't have to do this. We are giving you this. We know what you are doing. We trust you. Even if you use the money, we don't care. I said, no, it's for the sake of transparent. I know you trust us, but we still want to do this. We've mandated ourselves to be doing this, so it's actually good that we should keep on doing. That's why we are reporting. And then another challenge with this whole reporting thing. When you are reporting an activity online, you are trying to tell people that give donations, this is where your donations went to. And then some people will be attacking you. Oh, you're not doing this vis-a-vis, you're not doing this for the sake of God. Since you are showing it up, you just don't want people. You just want people to know that you're assisting people. You just want to use it and make name, blah blah blah, all these things. Before initially it was getting into my head, but I later understand that
we get to discuss that further. Let's go on a short break, quick one. When we return, we continue from where we stopped with the conversation, and we'll be taking a message from Hanana Nigeria Limited. It's a fashion company where they do bespoke dresses, whatever you need that you want to wear. Let me switch that. Anything Nazamani that you want, you get it from Hanana Nigeria Limited. So we'll be right back. Welcome back. You're still watching Connect the Dots, coming to you live from our studio. Oh yeah, and we took a message from Hanana Nigeria Limited, a bespoke fashion industry or company that you can get all your ready-to-wear grandiose style clothing from. And with this, before we go back into the discussion, let's quickly take a personality test with Dr. Ameer, because we are all about people's well-being, mental health, and all of that. So I'm going to just give you 3 kind of spices of tea, and you're going to select from it, and all of them in one way would assist in your well-being. But at the end, we want to know which you care more about: strawberry, mint leaf, and blackcurrant.
Strawberry. Yes.
Strawberry. Yeah. Okay, usually I would like to go into Google and give more details, but with what I know, strawberry, if you don't add any additive to it, gives you some supports with your digestive system, digestion, and it opens your what's it called? It opens the way your system process stuff. That's when you take it very hot and stuff. So the reason why we do this is to make sure that since we said one of our mantra is people's well-being, mindfulness, and all of that, want to know if you care about. And do you do sugar or not?
I do, but a little.
A little. Yeah. Okay, it's important that you reduce. Even though at your age, people will say don't reduce sugar intake, but then this kind of tea bags, they are more effective.
Dr. Friend advised that I should take less.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm used to it. I thought I couldn't even stop.
Because I know normally
I used to take
sugar
more.
is the thing. Yeah, so thank you. So let's go back into the conversation.
All
Well,
right.
we're talking about the challenges,
Okay.
being transparent and doing
Yeah,
your stuff
yeah,
to be
yeah.
able to let people in the know, people that are donating for the
Mhm.
cause that you're
Mhm.
doing.
To know
And we were just at that point where you were saying that when you post just
when they are
for
reporting,
accountability or transparency, people start saying you've done Ria,
Mm.
Babulada, YA,
Mm.
you are showing off and all of
Mm.
that. So how do you deal with that? Because you said initially it used to get to you.
Yeah, actually, at first it was getting to me, but I later understand after training, a lot of training, because I do attend training on to build my capacity on managing foundation. So some of these issues were raised, not even by me, by somebody else at one of our trainings there. And then they said, "Oh, of course, people will do that because and don't actually blame them. Everybody is seeing things from his own perspective. So some of them, their concerns may be genuine. They want you to not to fall victim of Ria. So that's why they are trying to advise you. Some is just out of jealousy. Some is
that they can't do what you're doing.
So somebody is doing it, so they're not happy. Some are thinking it shouldn't be you, it should be them or someone else. Some for even no reason. They're just looking for someone to attack. So they can attack your cause and say, "Oh, you're not doing it for the sake of God, or you are doing it for a particular politician, or you are doing it because of a particular
gaining some traction,
some ambition that you have." So many reasons people will rest. Because normally they don't know much people within their communities that does something for no reason. They don't know much people that do that. Most of the people they know within their community, if they are doing if they are doing something charitable stuff, so they do it for a purpose. Either politicians or
they are looking for something in return.
In return. So once you are also doing, they will also accuse you of
doing same thing similar.
So for that you don't have to take them serious, and it get out of my head.
Okay, so
from there, at times I usually write to explain some of these things so that they don't feel like you're not giving them attention to, because it's actually good to consider some of them that are genuinely caring so that you don't fall victim of Ria. You can just tell them, okay, this is the reason why we do this. We're doing it for the sake of transparency and accountability. Of course, we raise these donations online, so people that donated need to know that
what you use their funds for, or whatever they donated.
They know that they need to know what we're using their funds for, or their items for. And again, for the sake of record, we pursue grant at times. And when you want to access grant, they ask you to give a report or to give access sites that they can access some of the things you have done in the past. So if you don't have them recorded anywhere, they are not in your website, they are not online in any of your social media handles, of course, they can't consider you for that.
Yeah, true.
So for that, you need to document it so that whenever you want to pursue a grant, you submit some of these links for them to check what you do. For instance, if there's a grant on women empowerment. Okay, you said your organizations empower women too. So if there's no any record to show that you've
empowered women
similar to that before, of course they won't consider you. So for that, we recommend it, not only for transparency and accountability sake. And again, for you to inspire other people, actually,
you need to post out there.
Exactly. That's even one of the biggest reasons why we are even posting it, so that people should know. We can send to
and emulate
individually. Yes, we want people to know what we do and to emulate us. We want more people to be doing what we are doing. But there's never a time that I'll report an activity that I won't have someone asking me, "Oh, please, I want to join you guys. I want to do what you are doing." Then we said, "Okay, this is what you need to do. You actually don't have to be with us or in our organization to do it, but if you want." That's why we're even having coordinators now at state level, so that if anybody wants to initiate something, we can guide him. We implement that project. We help him to mobilize
people, volunteers,
team
resources
that will help him, people, resources, and everything that will help him to implement that project. So we build his capacity to do that. That's one of the reasons why we are posting what we are posting, actually. So we ignore some of them that don't understand us or they don't want to understand us. They are on their own. You cannot
Yeah,
get to make
absolutely.
everybody understand
Mhm.
what you do, and everybody cannot even understand what you do.
Absolutely.
Or support what you do. But majority actually understand what we do and they support us.
That's
in
great.
one way or the other.
So using your social media positively is very important at
Very,
this
very
age and
important.
time.
Very, very
And you know, I think the pandemic taught us lesson that
Yes.
not
And
necessarily.
Before you go that, another thing again, you're also building identity. I forgot to
Yeah.
mention that. That's
Personal
very important.
brand.
Personal brand. People will identify you and understand what you do and who are you. That tells a lot. And what you're capable of doing. I've come up with a lot of initiatives that other people still respect me or look at me with that and said, oh, I know you are good on this. I know you can do this. You have done this. There was a time we even had a project on medical outreach. We had a medical outreach, so some people thought I was a medical doctor. So we were asking, we need your help in this aspect of health. I said, no, I'm not a medical doctor. We actually carry out
Outreach, medical outreach.
with a team of medical doctors. So I'm not a medical doctor, but I can consult some of them to help you with the issue that you're having. These are some of the things that we do, and that's some of the reasons why we post what we post online.
Would you say social media assisted you to become who you are today?
Of course. I think I can give it more than 50% credit of whatever I've gotten is actually through the social media.
Oh, wow.
I've met a lot of team, a lot of people that supported us. Some are in our team, some donations, some encouraged us with words, some prayers, some even gave us awards to say, keep doing what you're doing. Some will even visit you to say, you are doing a wonderful job, keep it up. So that means a lot to us, and that keeps us pushing to say, we have to do
more.
This and we have to do more. Yeah.
Oh, that's really great.
Yeah.
So now that you already told us that it was medical outreach that made people feel you're a doctor, we call you doctor.
Yes.
How did you earn doctor?
Yeah, it's a honorary doctorate degree that I got, and this is because of what we are doing actually. A certain university, London Graduate School, they usually look at what young people and others do to better their communities, for people and
just much more like leadership stuff.
Exactly, leadership stuff. So they identify some of the things we do and then
reached out
to say, okay, we are honoring you with a honorary doctorate degree.
Oh, that's great. Congratulations once
Thank you so
again.
much.
I know I did type some of my congratulatory message a long time ago. So now, because we know that social media is a tool, and I would say quite discouraging. I don't want to use another word that feels really very terrible to use. Our young people, especially northern Nigeria young people, are using social media, but majority are using it in a wrong direction. What do you think we can do to change that narrative? Especially, when you talk about TikTok. I know you do TikTok, but you do TikTok responsibly because I follow you on across all your social media platforms. How do you think, we can change the direction of the way our young people use social media? Because you can use social media to make money,
Of course,
benefit yourself,
everything.
absolutely.
Everything you
But
want.
some think it's just to go and post rubbish and come out.
Actually, we're trying our best at our own level. We usually write to tell people, okay, you should find a cause to pursue and know why you are on social media. You can't just the same like when you're in a community, you don't behave anyhow. So don't just come to social media and think you can also do the same. And you should emulate. Even like last 2 weeks also, I posted a list of about 20 young people that are doing great stuff, and they started all on social media. Some of them are doing projects around climate change, some around health, some on finance, entrepreneurship, building entrepreneur skills, training entrepreneurs. Some are producing contents to tell you how you can export
Brands, products and services.
Some are doing it to tell you how you can import as well. So you should look at some of these people and think like them, and also try to do something similar. Don't just come and be posting nonsense every day. You're either posting people that are not even helping your life, particularly those are posting politicians that don't even recognize what you do, politicians that don't add value to their lives, that are even stealing from the popular politicians that have corruption cases to their names, and you're coming to promote them, say they are sent. what are you saying? And these are people that steal your future. And some of them don't even get paid, or even the money you used to buy the data, they don't get it back. So why would you be doing that with your time and your resources for no reason? So instead of that, choose a particular cause which you feel it will add value to yourself, your community, and the audience that are following you. And a lot of them are doing great stuff. I think with time we can change the narratives. Though the general community also supports them in doing some of the things they do actually, because they watch their content. They come to say someone is doing rubbish, but you are praising him. I like what you're doing. Wow, it's because of you I'm on social media. All these stuff. Someone is doing rubbish, of course you know it's rubbish that he's doing, but you are praising him, you are telling him to do more. So for that, you are encouraging him. It's common, you see a post or the content that is meaningful, is educative, having like maybe less than 1,000 engagement, but you see someone doing nonsense, shouting,
and there will be 1 million.
And then you see 500 engagement, 500,000 engagement,
Sure.
or 200,000.
Especially with TikTok.
Exactly. So, like, you wonder what exactly do these people want? That is why those that are doing positive things will start feeling like, oh, people don't like what we are doing, because actually it is the likes of so and so that are always shouting on social media, or on their videos or on their content they are following. So definitely we should be. It's discouraging them actually. So we as people, everybody has a role to play. So when we see a content, for me, I've taken it upon myself. Whenever I see a content that is positive, no matter what I'm doing, I will try and
thumbs up,
and then comment if I have something to say about it. I'll try as much as possible to summarize, even if it is 1 or 2 words, to say, oh, well done, this is
great,
this is good, keep it up, just to encourage that person. So all of us should be doing that. That will make that person to think of doing more for the people and for us as a nation, and that's how we
grow and change the narrative,
the situation we are in.
Okay, and lastly, I know you've mentioned someone that motivates you, and top on the motivation list is mommy, definitely. And I know that's for me too. My parents are the number one supporters and motivation that I've got within our circle, and maybe let me say within Nigeria. Is there someone that you look up to, and or where do you even see yourself aside who you look out to? That's answering that question. Where do you see yourself in the next couple of years, maybe 5 years or so?
Actually, in my career, I'm seeing myself at the top management level of our bank, if I'm still with the bank. If I'm not in that bank, I'm eyeing development bank. Some of the development banks we have in Nigeria at the policy level, where we go to make policy that I felt will make huge impact on the lives of people, particularly people at the rural level, women, businesses. That's something I have a particular interest in the future. I'm thinking of even having a microfinance bank that will particularly target rural women, an Islamic microfinance bank for that matter, that will particularly target rural women to empower them and their businesses, because I know what it means to empower a woman. It will go a long way. She will help her children, educate them, give them better food and everything. So that's where I see myself in the next 5 years.
Okay, so I was going to say last, but it's not last. Let me just continue because it's interesting. Yeah, this is where you see yourself. But what work are you putting in to make sure you achieve that?
Yeah, I'm doing a lot. At the moment, I'm working with a bank, and even within the bank, I'm studying a lot of things that has to do with financing businesses, and particularly women businesses. There's even yesterday I was with the strategy team of the bank to peep into some of their projects that has to do with financing, and I'm trying to connect them with one of the development bank. So I'm putting that effort. And aside from that, I'm also in school. I went back to school to study. And aside from that, I'm taking a lot of trainings, and I'm making my connections with people that are relevant. I feel I will need them to be able to achieve that. So I'm building that ground at the moment.
I wish you all.
I hope by God's grace we will see the result.
I wish you all the best in that. Would you say that the banking system in Nigeria is sufficient for Nigerians?
No, it's not actually. There are so many unbanked people. Banks are not everywhere, particularly in northern Nigeria. Though there is the issue of belief and perception about banking, particularly in northern Nigeria. But with the introduction of the non-interest banking in the country, I think we are having more people going to bank now. The issue of banking is not Islamic now, it's not there because there are Islamic banks. In fact, recently Jaiz Bank in particular got an award for the most financially inclusive bank. So that's to say we're bridging that gap of financial exclusion. In particular, myself, I've come up with a project which I call it a financial inclusion and sustainable economy project, which I started some years back. We started discussion at that time with even CBN, trying to see how we can get support from them to help some communities that are unbanked, to see how we can get more people be agents of banks, so that from there people can access banking services from them. Actually, with time we'll get over it.
And lastly, what's your one message shortly to the youthful population in northern Nigeria?
The message is simple. As a young person, you have every opportunity, especially you are healthy, you have the time, you have the energy, and then you're not old. So pursue whatever you want to pursue that is good, and don't limit yourself, particularly your mindset. If you think you cannot achieve something, definitely you can achieve it. But when you think you can do it, you definitely do it. You still have time to be whoever you want to be, and don't be discouraged by people around you or by a community. No obstacles will stop you. Know where you want to go and then keep going. Have a direction. Yes, obstacles are there, but they shouldn't stop you. When you say you're going to Jigawa, for example, okay, which way will take me to Jigawa? Know your direction. That's what I'm trying to say. If you are following through Kano, if Kano did not work for you, which other way should you work? Think of
alternative roads
that you will take. You now take and find it. So make sure the aim is to get to Jigawa, and you get there by what person when you keep pushing. So the message is know where you want to go. You're a young person, you have the time and everything, and then have something in mind that you want to achieve. Know the direction, where you take, and know who you need to be able to achieve what you want to achieve. I'm talking about friends, I'm talking about mentors, I'm talking about role models, people that you look up to. You should know who and who we need to bring. I have a lot of them which I look up to them. Sometimes I got distracted by a lot of things, but if I reach out to some of my mentors, I'd say, oh, I got this and that, and they'll say, no, don't do it. In fact, I got a federal government appointment, a very big appointment, but my mentor said, no, that will distract you from your direction. I will take you to another direction. You may end up being a politician, which is not our direction, which is not the focus at the moment. So I have to give it up, despite the gratification that we follow.
That's great. Thank you so much. Meaning that your mind is a magnet. Whatever you think, you attract it. Many thanks for joining us on this episode. So really appreciate we took your time. Good to see you too. Thank you so much. And on this note, we'll call it a wrap on Connect the Dots this week with Dr. Ameer Lukman, a philanthropist, a banker, a social media guru, I will say, or a social media influencer too. Let me put it that way. Many thanks for coming. See you again next time. Ding ding. Connect the dots.